I'm all tapped out.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Effie, Fast Learner, a survivor who triggers at the start of second main if she's tapped to buff all of your tapped creatures and also find you more survivors, which in turn will get you more triggers if they're tapped at the start of second main phase. You want lots of ways to tap these creatures, whether it's attacking with them, or making mana, or even crewing a vehicle, or getting on a mount, or more recently, using planets. If you station, if you crew, if you mount, you're able to tap your creature without taking it into combat, so you can still get bonuses. Whether it's Effie's bonus of making everybody a little stronger and getting you cards, or Wily Duke drawing you cards, or Rip Spawn Hunter getting you a variety of different creatures and vehicles and putting them into hand. There's lots of different rewards for having tapped creatures, and ideally, you're doing it by hitting your opponent in the face, because this is a Selesnya aggro deck, and it is going to be tapping and slapping using a variety of Selesnya creatures. We'll also be making our creatures strong so they can safely swing in, and increasing the number of +1/+1 counters we get from Effie's trigger. So let's take Effie into the queue and start scaling up for some fast damage. Kefka, Court Mage, makes both players discard in order to draw a bunch of cards. I think I'll drop this Forest here, since I get this turn 0 Gemstone Caverns, which gives me lots of fixing, and there goes one of my little critters. Birds of Paradise, Yaspera Sentinel, or Bulwark Arcs. Yeah, I would also have hit the Ox there. I got past the Ox cable. I'll bring out 2 spells this turn, Birds of Paradise and Yaspera Sentinel. If I have nothing to discard, they don't draw anything. But this may be like just a full-on Grixis control deck. That oftentimes is how Kefka is, with some cards that have interesting or multiple types to help round things out. I'm going to station and swing in. Got a Masked Vandal, which, since they did make me discard Bulwark Ox, yes, this is a survivor. I could hit this Cold Steel. Oh, hi, Emmett. Croxa, good to bring out from the graveyard. Not me thinking of cheeky moves. If I want to, like, maximize value, I think I should wait a turn on it. But I think it could be very cute. I think people are seeing what I'm seeing. The potential of doing the split up. I could actually do it this turn. And keep all of these surviving, but I wouldn't be buffing these two. Regular attack here. See what survivor I get. Okay, would I rather play veteran survivor or kill Emmett? I'd rather just play the veteran survivor. And because blockers is for blockers, yeah, and I don't have like a block I really care about here. Preventing 2 damage isn't that big for me. I'll just tap everybody with a Vendo. Yeah, with split up, what I'm hoping to do is make it so all of my creatures survive and all of theirs die. And Emmett is never going to be tapped because he's vigilant. Thankfully, this deck is very good at tapping things on demand. That's kind of the thing it does. We want to do this pre-combat. This also gets me lots of extra mana, which is very nice. Tapping, or tapping, or tapping. I'm going to combat and enlisting the Sentinel. That's a little surprising to me that they're going for that double block. I'm going to eat Croxa out of their graveyard with the Veteran Survivor. Do I feel like replaying Effie? Since they could get out Kefka next turn. No, I think I play the card that's in my hand. I will destroy all untapped creatures. I have no cards to discard, making Kefka a little less strong. Just a little. Hi, Kefka. They discarded draw. If they discard something of multiple types, they didn't. They would draw multiple cards. Land. Using Evendo to generate a little extra mana. He is Effie. Restless Prairie would only be 3 power, right? Yeah. So we're just going to tap. Tap. I can also just like attack with everything to just go wide and get some extra damage in. I think I'll do that next turn. Oh, you know, actually I should have crewed this and then tapped it for mana for itself, so it would be a tapped creature. That could have been fun. Alright, what did I get? Improvising Aerialist. Hi, Nicol Bolas. Would you like to get rid of Effie? Make me exile a permanent? Alright, I think honestly I could just drop a land here. My deck does not have high cost creatures. They discard. They draw. It's a wash away. And we win the game through sheer numbers. GG. Roalesk Prime Specimen is actually really cool. I'm going to mulligan since all of those cost too much mana. Roalesk is going to be doing Momir, but face down so you don't get the enter the battlefield. You get to pay any amount of mana when you are flipping things up, so you get to have another face down card, a mysterious face down card. I've got this Guide of Souls. I can do Conclave Mentor next. And even though these are not tapping cards, they are scales cards, cards that can give me some evasion. And also, this is just a really nice card. So that's Roalesk. Roalesk does have Ward, so I'm not going to be able to get through that even if I wanted to. Ooh, Luminarch Aspirant instead, maybe. I'm going to do that. Buff up the Guide of Souls and swing in for 2. Boop. Good flipping. Yeah, right now they have 2 mana for the flip, and then if they play a land, I think 3 mana to get something else. And since this is a 4/5, I will probably not want to attack into it because of the whole "it would kill me" thing. We'll go to combat. I'll get a counter on who do I think? I feel like next turn I'm swinging with Effie, so I'm gonna buff up Effie. Roalesk flips. They have 2 mana since they didn't play an additional land. And now they have a face down 2-cost card. And we do not know what it is. It is any creature. Any creature from all of Arena. I'm so happy to see this. I built a Roalesk deck, but like you don't run into things like this very often. I guess I could just like hope that it's not something with Death Touch. It could be any color. Now that I've got the Scales machine in, I'm gonna put a counter onto the Luminarch Aspirant as well and swing in with, you know what, I could go for the, yeah, I'm gonna go for the Enlist attack that also taps you. They will need to flip this up, though, if they want to continue the chain, unless they have more face-down stuff. That post-combat buff with the Conclave Mentor out should be really good. Alright, who is it? Arcane Investigator! It has a activated ability that rolls a d20 and can get you cards. Oh, immediately they got another one. Are they doing the pile of 1-drops strat? I mean, the pile of 1-drop strat does work. Oh, but wait. There's more? You flipping? They have one blue up. It would end the chain. They didn't go for the double block because they don't want to end it. Which, fair. I could Fateful Absence Roalesk. That would allow them to actually cloak it again, which could be kind of fun. Or I could play Hearth's Cartographer and just say, like, hey, you know what I want to do? This. I want to swing in with more guys next turn. Guide of Souls now has this buff active. Sweet. I, too, will have flyers. Flipping. Yeah, you could use like blink cards so you don't have to pay the one, but then you don't get the continued triggers. Do I just want to go in with everything? Yes. Yes, I know what I'm here for. I'm going to put you back and enlist with it. And I'll probably do a Fateful Absence on Roalesk to stop the chain here. And I have to do it in response to one. They have lots of mana up. They can make a lot of 1-drops. Or they could phase out 2 of my creatures so I don't get the post-combat thing. Okay, this still triggers post-combat, if it's alive. They let the House Cartographer live, so I got this Beseju here. Nice. I will play Elf. I use Elf in attack mode. And in response to them flipping that up, I will kill Roalesk to try to stop the chain. Now, they could counter this. They have, honestly, plenty of mana. Okay, so they're going to try to, in response, do it again. Oh, nice! I got a Skrelv! Cute. They have enough mana, they could do it one more time. Oh, nice. They're able to protect. They have to pay life for this ability since they don't actually have white mana. Do I feel like Besejuing the Skrelv? Nah, because the only other targeting thing I have is the Beseju. Aki Ronin. I love getting random 1-drop. This is what I ended up doing with my Roalesk deck, too, is just making tons of 1s. I'm so ready. Show me what you got. Okay, Eladamri lets me cast off the top, so I will use this first. Because I can also shuffle what's on top. Okay, that is a flowering of the white tree, not a creature. Every day I'm shuffling. Let's grab your white mana. Okay, cool. Esper Sentinel. Into my good man Bill. Into my good man Bill. Oh, mana leak. Would I pay the 3? No, because I want Bill. I want Bill this turn. I'm doing the Build-A-Bear. And that's available to channel. I could give my flyer this. I think I'll just put it on... Guide of Souls. And I will be attacking, enlisting, attacking, and enlisting you. And I still have this Beseju, or I could just tap this for mana. Let's see what is this. It's Frodo! They do not have black and white mana, so they cannot give him extra abilities, but they can keep going wider. Hi, Tamio. It's so cool that this is just like conjuring random stuff. I hate this card, but like if it's being randomly generated, I'm fine with that. The House Cartographer will die. But Effie lived. Oh, wait. I didn't tap it in time. That's fine. I mean, I'm just holding my Beseju. I don't need an extra 2 counters on this. And next turn, when I play a creature, I should unlock a second buff from Guide of Souls. Just kidding. Everything is going back into my hand. Ow. I think I might be splitting up the gang next turn. What do you think? I think we're gonna have a bit of a messy breakup here, so I'm going to destroy all tapped creatures. Guide of Souls, getting that energy back. And a Wary Zone Guard, because that will actually let me grab that Flooded Strand from the graveyard. It will come in untapped. It's a good survivor. So fetch. Mineral Elf. Gaining life, keeping me in this game. Yeah, this card is very wild. But it is also like a really cool... It's a really cool card in a Survivor's deck. Hey, Enduring Vitality. I actually had that in this deck at one point. I took it out. It allows me to tap my creatures for mana. But I found that it was just like... At 3 mana, not quite pulling through. So the only flyer they could have gotten out is Roalesk. And they didn't do it. Which means I'm going to be able to give a big flying buff and end the game. GG. Azusa lost, but Seeking is going to be Seeking Strip Mine so they can recur it and play it again. I have a 2-drop, a 3-drop, a 4-drop, and a Henge. One of these is good card draw, but I don't think this is going to be fast enough against Azusa. I've got some faster ramp in this hand with the Delighted Halfling or the Chrome Mox. And it looks like they're going for another mulligan. Probably, again, as I said, looking for ways to recur lands from the graveyard so they can get, like, a fetch land or a strip mine and play it over and over and over. That's what they do. Here, have a Hobbit. I could play Effie. I don't have a way to tap her here, but I still think I'll bring her out. Just start using her to pile on some damage next turn. Hey, Azusa. Yep. This is legendary. I'm going to use Flowering of the White Tree to help cast it. Bring out an Esper Sentinel while this person ramps their mind out or their head of their hand. I have nothing to enlist, so I swing in. I didn't have a second thing to exile with Chrome Mox. Sorry, Cartographer, you can't come out here. Yeah, I don't have many of my ways to tap things. I have Relic, which can tap Effie, but right now my creatures are bigger than theirs, so swinging in is going to be the best thing. Ooh, hey, Buxton. Bring out the big boy. I use the Windswept Heath and grab a Forest. We want to have everything tapped before combat in order to get the triggers. This taps everything. He's a big bunny. They nerfed Buxton by making him cost more. Tragic. Triggers are happening. Get a land. Get a buff. And then we go to end step, and Buxton's gonna do Buxton things. They went for a Green Sun's Zenith, X equals 4. I'm gonna guess Ice Till Explorer. Yep, there it is. And this is their fetch land, sort of. I call these like the auto sack lands because they automatically sacrifice themselves. It will gain them life. It can be played about 5 or 6 times this turn, and they're gonna have a few hundred Scoot Bugs. Which means, even though I did what my deck does, it will be very difficult for me to catch up because Azusa lets them play 2 additional lands. This lets them play 1 additional lands for a total of oh no, and eek. This thing has double landfall triggers. So yeah, they're gonna hit the maximum number of Scoots. Does every green deck play Ice Till? This deck doesn't. But my deck also does not have any, like, landfall synergy, really, because it's a survivor deck. I wish we could. And I'll just say, like, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be game. My deck does not have a great way to breach damage through, even if I'm giving everything trample. I can give this flying, but there are over 70 of these. That's about it. So I will say, GG. Yurion, Sky Nomad. Yurion blinks any kind of non-land permanent creatures, enchantments, artifacts to get some extra value, and usually gets played with some very good card draw and control pieces because it's an Azorius. I've got the Astronomer to get me a planet and Ox. I've got good tap-ins here and a good tappable. But with them going first, I have a feeling this is going to be too slow. I'll keep that. A Hushward Verge. Hangerback Assembler. That's such a good card. It starts your engines and then eventually like starts buffing Hangerback Walker or any of the Thopters that it's made. Kind of a wild one. Play Brood Astronomer. Sacrificing my Forest. Taking Adagia. And I will not be stationing Adagia because I would like this as a blocker. With 3 mana, there's lots of exiling cards. Like that one, the Simulation Aegis. Yes. Aegis. And their speed goes to 2. Once they get to max speed is when this will start buffing their artifact creatures in end step. My most powerful defensive play here is playing Effie. So I guess I'll just play Effie. And I would love to tap her, but I would like to have a blocker. Yeah, this deck and being on the draw. Ooh. Bird. I mean, it's a bird serpent, right? Turns out it doesn't matter. Effie goes to jail. Decline. If I let it stick there, they just bounce that and it gets to exile something else. I will use this Wary Zone Guard. It comes in tapped, but we'll get that forest from my graveyard. I can then play the forest and station in order to get a 1/1 token. I also do have the Witch Enchanter. I just need to have 7 mana. Hallowed Fountain. They shocked it in. Go for the block. Hello, Yurion. Many blinks are happening. Thank you. The fact that they blink this is actually really nice for me because it means I'm going to be able to get another land in the graveyard here. All right, I'll drop the forest. All right, none of these are in my colors. It was bound to happen eventually. I guess I'll take Sussy Secundis. The Sussy Seconds. Now I imagine it's Amara or Weary Zone Guard going in there. Okay, it's going to be the Weary Zone Guard, so I stop getting those lands back. They could even turn one of their things into it. That could be good for them. Bad for me, good for them. You tap for a mana of any color, right? Yep. Free her! Yeah! I don't get anything for tapping these first. I wait until I get my land. And now my defensive capabilities doesn't really matter. This is the thing I most want to station. If I get this fully stationed, I will also be able to tap this for 3 mana, I believe, instead of 1. There we go, and now it's fully stationed. I don't need my commander. I would like my commander. I don't need my commander. That Thopter and Hangerback Walker are gonna get buffed, though. Everflowing Well. They mill and draw. Right, so they milled a Felia and pulled a Mistmoon. I'm very happy to see that in their graveyard. Terrifying. Flowering of the White Tree. Yeah, this is a very, like, aggressive deck. And what's nice about this here is that it's giving me the ability to, more easily swing in since it's making the creatures stronger. Okay, Omen of the Sea. Many good blinkables. This is a arena-only blinkable. It pretty much just always gets you a plains, unless you happen to be a poison deck, which not many people play. I have, like, my Toxic Atraxa deck, and I don't think Finn counts. Give her runes for some protection. And I'm making sure to leave back Yurion. Alright, speeds max. Hangerback, gonna buff these. More counters this has, it's also going to be making more things. Oh, hey! Mommy? Sorry. Lumbering World Wagon. Yes, please. Using this, one sec, let me make sure it is tapping you. I'm gonna copy this Lumbering World Wagon. Yes. Very good. I could tap you, but there's nothing I'm actually bringing back. It would still get +1/+1 though, which is nice. I could also just swing with it, but then they could block with Yurion, cast it again, and get honestly a lot of value. I think I'm just going to station this other thing. So I'm going to station with Amara. Yeah, I'm like not quite wide enough to go for the plunge here. And this isn't big enough to survive, but I'll have these 2 big lumbering world wagons next turn and some more protection. I feel like just fully doing this for no reason. It'll make me feel better about myself. That's the reason. All right, cool. Stationed. Elspeth conquers death. That's going to be able to remove one of my higher cost permanents. Wary Zone Guard, Lumbering World Wagon. Okay. They hit the non-legendary Lumbering World Wagon. And they hit me for 2. And then that's going to get bigger. I think we're getting into Flungin territory, though. Ooh, Peace Whisper. Or I could just go for a well-protected crew here. I guess they could block with a hanger back. Give me land. Give me land and let me see how they block. Actually, no, I'm just gonna go for pro white. And they could block with this and go wide, I guess. With the hanger back walker. They could even block and tap it. And because that would make them go wider. Alright, and now I'm just gonna do that so it gets the +1/+1. I think I should hold this. Let's see. No, because I might want to attack with everything next turn. I'm like at the verge of doing it. I'm gonna sacrifice this Lumbering World Wagon. This gave me black mana, so I could activate that. Its power was 12. Let me draw 12. Okay. Oh goodness. There's too many options. I'm getting some decision paralysis here. Selfless Spirit. We draw. Birds of Paradise. Draw again. Buxton. With a large number of creatures being tapped for it, including a fresh hot Birds of Paradise. We draw. I am going to humiliate the Hangerback Walker, so it does not have the on-death ability. I'm gonna give that Giver of Runes send off. Pass the turn, I'll have to discard. I'll drop the Razor Verge Thicket. It can be brought back by this. And Buxton will trigger and get me a creature out of my deck. Oh, hey, it's this Amara. What do we got? Okay, Conclave Tribunal, I'll take it. I have to discard 3 things. I will drop the House Cartographer, this, and Aerialist. Perfect. That was a great turn. Look, turns out having a black mana and a black land worked out for me. So now they're down to just 3 creatures, though. I think I have the Flunge next turn. I don't know what's giving me that idea, but I think I do. Okay, they have so much white mana because they have so many white pips. They're seeking. They're digging. There's another land. This can also dig. Oh, they're digging again. Yeah, a board wipe doesn't work because I have the Selfless Spirit. Unless it's like an exiling board wipe or a bouncing board wipe, which they would have access to in those colors. And we take it home. GG, Yurion. Ketramos, the new Dawn, gets rewarded for exiling my permanents and cards from the graveyard, or even their own permanents, since you can technically use this as a blink commander, drawing cards, losing a little life, but then gaining it back with a menacing, life-linking, indestructible commander. Typically not very fun to play against, though, because Ketramos is very heavy on the removal. I did not get actual turn 1 ramp. Instead, I did get Esper Sentinel, which I can use to tap Effie. And a Moose, which I can also use to tap Effie and hopefully get some lands. Yes. No! Exiled. Well, you know what? At least I didn't hit the Moose. I'm going to bring out Effie. Put her on a Moose. And swing in to get a land. This is just going to be a random land from my deck. It was a Plains. Hitting for 3. And now since both of these are tapped, we get a counter, and I got the House Cartographer from my deck. There's only so many survivors in the deck, so this can run out of survivors to find. Like, I even have another one of the survivors in my hand. Soul Partition, we do not move it to the command zone because it costs the same from this form of exile. And I could play this again. Or I could double spell, like House Cartographer, Kami of Whispered Hopes. I think I like that a little more, so I'm going to go for the House Cartographer. Kami of Whispered Hopes. This is a saddle, too. This is the only thing I care about having tapped. Tap it I will. We swing in. Get a land into play, and this is also going to put a land into my hand. Just the next land in my deck. Okay, it's another Plains. Hi, Ketramos. They're shocking in. Is it a Swords to Plowshares or similar? Hopefully not. Alright, so I've got an abundance of ramp at least. I'm going to start with the Flowering of the White Tree to give myself some protection here. Bringing out Effie. Putting Effie in here. Giddy up. I'm trying to decide if I want to play Masked Vandal or not. If I want counters on this, I do need to tap it, either for mana or something else, or I could just swing with it. I will do that. Everybody in. The Moose was saddled, so we're going to get another land. Wow, sure is Plains around here. And now counters are going to be increased because this is a scales effect. Another land in hand. Counters on everyone. Oh, this is the single target Wanderer. A good budget choice. Takes out my Moose, draws them a card, but they only have a little life left. I can't deal non-combat damage, but I'm a Selesnya deck. I don't do much of that. This is the uncommon Wanderer from Word of the Spark. And here's another exile, Solitude. It was evoked, so it will not stick around because they don't have a way to blink it. They're taking out a lot of my attackers, but they can't block. We swing in, and we win the game. GG. Tifa Lockhart in a hand that's very green. Well, I can still bring out Eladamri. Hope to find some white mana so I can bring out Effie. Or just start cheating things into play with Kona. I will play my Llanowar Elf here. While Tifa's going to be doubling her power with every landfall. Terrifying. The survivors are barely surviving. Sylvan Safekeeper lets them protect Tifa by sacrificing a land. And since their deck is probably going to be able to bring out lots of extra lands, they don't mind giving up a few of them. They only need so much to play Tifa. All right, so on the top of the deck, I have a Plains. That's great to see. I'll play the Plains, and I can't use Effie and cheat something out, but I could use Conclave Mentor to cheat something out. And I want to do the thing, which is tapping things. Have a Kona. No, from my hand, thank you. Kona's not tapped, so it won't then in turn cheat something out. Nice. Thanks. I hope you don't have any fetch lands. Wild Shape, she's a 3/3 base power now. Also got Trample, but she already had Trample. That brings her to 6, and then to 12. They still have 2 mana left, which could give them more protective spells. If those protective spells were ones that could change her base power, I think they would have used them first to try to make this lethal. Okay, they made her indestructible with Strength of Will. This is from Spider-Man. And now Tifa is even bigger. I could try to Swords her, but again, they can just sacrifice a land to protect her. We tap everything to bring out an Ox. We get our counters and a Survivor in hand. Which Survivor did I get? Oh, Reluctant Role Model. That's a fun one. A Giant Growth. And I will attempt to stop this, but I don't think it'll work. Sylvan Safekeeper, easily giving up a land or another protective spell in hand. Whether it's an Overprotect or a Tamio's Safekeeping. Tyvar's Stand works too. And now let's see if they have a landfall to end the game. With a base power of 9, I can only prevent 2. They play a land, and we die. It's actually Xaxes. Here, check this out, though. I can sacrifice my Ox. It doesn't help. But it makes me feel better about myself. GG, Tifa. Tatiova, Benthic, Druid. Landfall draws a card and gains a life. This is going to be a tricky matchup. I do have some tappers, some tappies, and a hope and a dream. But that's going to be tough against the menace that is Landfall. Nobody wants to be playing against the Landfall. Especially not me. Let's start with the Banalish Night Counselor. This is just kind of like an aggro card. It allows me to enlist tapping a creature in order to buff its own power. But the creature has to have already been able to attack that turn. A Druid class can eventually allow them to play additional lands. And also animate a land. I don't want to be rude, but here comes the Brood. There is a small chance this will not give me a land in my colors. Okay, I hit a Vendo, so that's good. You cannot enlist something that just came in that turn. So I will station and attack. And this gets you a planet. It shows you 3 of the 5 planets, so there's like always a chance that you hit Grixis on this. It would be very unlucky. So far, I've always hit at least 1 white or 1 green land, which is good because those are the colors from my deck. Flare of Cultivation, they're ramping! Wow, the landfall deck ramping. At least they didn't have a turn 1 exploration for burgeoning, because I've been running into a lot of those and they're just very frustrating. Incredibly so, in fact. Effie. Avacyn's Pilgrim. Station. Station. And swing. because this is gaining them life on landfalls. Like, they were still at their starting life total. Now they're down to 23. Oh, good ramp! I sacrificed a land, and I have a fetch land, so I have things to bring back off the zone guard. This, by the way, is in my hand because it's a survivor. Thanks, Effie, for finding me a survivor. Scoots. Uh-oh. I don't have many ways to get around Scoot, nor do I have much removal. So, I guess I could do my best and just start swinging. Wary's Zone Guard. That's going to be my start. Verdant Catacombs. Aspera Sentinel. Station. And I swing. I could go for the fetch. It'll help me thin my deck more. It gives me a chance of getting either color. Oh no, I guess I already used that for whatever I happen to find here. Now let's see how many lands I can get out this turn with Tatiova. It'd be a lot. I'll grab that unidentified hunter ship. It could be a piece of removal. It's already good. They maximized how many lands they could play that turn rather than maximizing their Scoot Buggin', because, like, they would need 6 to kick that off. Okay, so they're going for an extra turn, but they didn't have a land there. They untap. Looks like they just didn't have a land. And it's another extra turn. Well, you know, 1 damage at a time is enough to kill me if they take 20 extra turns in a row. Dog, did you run out of lands? They haven't actually played any fetches, so this has nothing to find from the graveyard. And we win. The Tatiova, who ran out of soil for her garden. Cavaro, Mind Bitten, can become anything in the graveyard. And because it's cast, even gets on cast and enter the battlefield triggers of those cards. I have some good vehicles for tapping. I have some survivors and a little bit of ramp. Ooh, and some payoff for tapping with Wily Duke. Howdy there, Wily Duke. And we're just gonna go for a Temple Garden. Maximum Fixin'. Modern Age, neat. Hey, Rogue Knight, thank you for the 57-month resub. Oh, we're cooking. We're cooking with survivors. I'm trying to decide which things I want to throw out here, though. They're going to be putting things in their graveyard to reanimate. It's essentially like reanimation. It's just once they discard things, that's when I need to start getting scared. Real scared. Up a Wily Duke. Wily Duke. One of the tamer cards you can use to combo with Paradox Engine. I like his horse. That's a good-looking horse. He's a hero. Oh, there's a Meringue River Regent. Turns out everything I did up to this point didn't matter. Because that is a Meringue River Regent. So it bounces my 2 creatures. Rude. Extremely rude. How dare you? A bird, an aerialist. They swinging for 4. Not much I can do there. Oh, that's so cute. Somebody found my channel through my random appearance on CGB's channel when he was playing like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Simo. Welcome. That was a very strange happening. It did happen on my stream. I'm waiting to see if they have like some counter magic. They are in Dimir colors. Yeah, when I was recording, was it Spot, I think? Yeah, I think I was recording Spot. I started getting weird messages from Simo because he wanted me to pick up a Discord call. I did. He needed help identifying through the Omen Paths cards. Thankfully, I have them memorized. And unfortunately, I have them memorized. This is, by the way, Superior Spider-Man. It gets used for a cool combo in Standard where you bring back all the creatures in your graveyard. This now can fly. And also the next card in my deck can fly. I'm still keeping an eye on their graveyard. Because, like, if I can kill this with Iganjo, but I kind of don't want to. Flying Moose, you say? I like the look of that. Could have gone for Sky Sovereign. Nah. Oh, just kidding, Mana Drain. I'll play this as a land. Darn it. I was hoping to put her on the moose. Do some work. Thunderclap, thank you for the sub. Extra 3 mana from that Mana Drain. Oh, Lamog. That's an extremely good card with Cavaro, because you do exile it as part of the copying. I take 1, and they loot. This has Annihilator 6. I don't think there's anything I can really do about that. I'll kill the Vector Glider. And, I'll swing in. And then I'll let go of everything I've ever known and loved. Oh. And here I was thinking, like, I could block and still have enough to crew and maybe kill them. No. I'm dead. Well fought, Cavaro, or Superior Spider-Man, which is actually Doc Ock and Spider-Man's body. Jeru and Hazaret is only going to have haste if they have a mostly empty hand, but can cheat in Legends. We've got a Guide of Souls, Eldamri, Tyvar, Kona. This is like the higher cost stuff, and then this Guide of Souls here. These could be real fun together, but I think I should go for them all again. I need to have a curve because this deck is aggressive, and their deck can be even more aggressive. Okay, Sacred Foundry, Faithless Looting. I'm double checking. It exiles the legendary creatures from among the top cards when it attacks, and then lets you cast it for free. That's how it cheats it in. Chromox, neat. That's more ramp. The Skyclave Apparition, not legendary, just a good card. Monkey. Okay. Yes, Spirit Sentinel. I'll trade. Please don't have removal. I'll trade. Or just, like, don't attack, actually. No. All right, well, now I can't cast as many spells next turn, but fine. They're looting again. Having a cute loot riot. They dropped 2 lands. So they're trying to, like, empty their hand, I think, to get the haste on this. I could double spell, but then I have the potential of not being able to cast that the next turn. I think that's fine. Also, Ornery Tumblewag, my beloved. I want to maximize my fixin' here. Giver of Runes and Veteran Survivor. I put the bolt under here. Oh yeah, that's a lightning bolt. It's the weird Final Fantasy art. A professional face breaker. A little bit of ramp there. I could play Effie and just protect her. I think I'm gonna play the swag instead. And chill. Because I would like to have the option for a double block plus protection here. They swing, and let's see what they get. Oh gosh, that is the indestructible Tajik. Yuck. Alright, and I'll protect the wag. Protection from white. This is a good card. And one that my deck doesn't really have ways to deal with. It has like one way to deal with it. Do I just like... I could force damage through here by doing protection from red. And just saying, like... Your deck is aggressive, maybe mine can be as aggressive. Like buffing all these up. That's a good lineup here. Oh yeah, I forgot that the first strike on this means they will get 2 treasures. I think they might be able to play this post-combat. Oh, they would have been able to if they didn't play Eberhard. The Eberhard of the cards. This is a survivor, that's why it's in hand. I could get rid of their Chrome Mox. Not very exciting, but it's what I have. It's tough because this deck does really want to just tap out all the time. Sunstar. Vandal. I'll leave myself with a blocker. Giddy up. Alright, Tumblewag, my beloved. I'm gonna need you to solo this game. This time, protection from white. I'm being asked, as a voice of the Magic community, who would win, Pinkie Pie or Fleam? Like in a fight? Pinkie Pie. She has world-breaking powers. Fleam's just a little guy. If there is something that can be done, Pinkie Pie can do it as long as it's funny. So Jero and Hazoret, I think the things that are most scary for them, like, that they could get are, like, Eldrazi here. If they get the Emrakul that steals all my creatures, there's nothing I can do about it. This has to attack. Can't block that because of the menace. And they whiffed! Giving me lethal off a very ornery Tumblewag. GG. Up Nixilus, the adversary. I have very good cards in my hand, but the curve isn't going to work out. Too many lands, too many 3-drops, and a 4-drop. Here we have a 1, a 2, a 2, a 3, and a 4, but lands that are going to be coming in tapped. I'll still keep this, and I'll start with the Sun Petal Grove, I think. You know, actually, I'll start with the Adagia, just in case I, like, get a Forest or a Plains next turn on the draw. Didn't. That's fine. Guide of Souls, and they're an Obnixilis deck. They will probably have some hasty creatures, but not as a focus. Their commander is going to be sacrificing creatures to clone himself, make devils, try to get me to discard, gain some life, and make me lose some life. Not a land! Ooh, yeah, that is some sacrifice happening there. Espera Sentinel. And a Banalish Knight Counselor. Gonna keep on stationing here. This is a very good sacrifice piece, especially with the little devils here that deal damage when they die. These new Capena devils are honestly like the cutest variant of these tokens. They're so cute. Oh, hey, Lagomos. Are you gonna sacrifice both of those? It's probably not worth it. Good resource to sacrifice in the future. All right, so I got a land here. I have up to 4 mana. I'm trying to decide if I want to like do something with Bill. Should probably go for tapping Effie. And I can do it with this. We station her. We're going to want as many things tapped as possible. And I'm going to enlist Guide of Souls. Means it's swinging for 3. Next creature I cast will get a +1/+1 counter, and all of these, if they survive, will also get +1/+1 counters. Got a Reluctant Role model off the top of my deck. That's pretty nice. Lets me move my counters around as things die. I would say this is one of the best pieces with Effie. And I wonder if they'll go for, like, post-combat sacrificing the elemental token to make some dudes off Obnixilis. Oh, no, it's the underdog first. Well, that would get even more loyalty on Ob. Oh, but they don't have the mana for them unless they sacrifice first. Sacrificing both of these gets them 2 black mana, makes me have to sacrifice. I already have a tapping land. Would like the mana. I'm going to drop the Sentinel. Now they have 4 more mana to work with. Armed Raptor. Going to potentially cast a spell off the top. Bloodghast. Wow, they actually got a castable. And a Sunset Saboteur is going to buff up my creatures, but is very hard to kill or block. I will play 1 billion bills. Who should learn how to fly here? Maybe the guide. Gotta get those baddies tapped. This also has Enlist. But I am going to be attacking and enlisting. You get the Enlist. I'm paying that. And I'm just going to give my commander that flying buff. Oh, I forgot about the first strike on the Raptor. Oh, that's totally my bad. That's okay. I'll just move your counters onto Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Effie. And now I have a flying counter, so if that dies, I can move those around. I think I want lifelink here. Lifelink or flying to help me survive. Yeah, I forgot this has first strike. I don't play Modern, so the Modern Energy deck is, like, not in the forefront of my mind. In fact, it's hardly in my mind at all. So now they have so much damage between the attack and the sacrifice after. I might actually be dead this turn. Would I even do the math to find out? No. Okay, Bill. As things die, they'll get to do additional damage to a target of their choosing. This is what the computer... Okay, so I lose 2, and I lose 2, or just 1 if they sacrifice the token. I will sacrifice the reluctant role model to make Effie have lifelink. And right now I am threatening lethal. That said, they could have a kill spell for Effie, which... kind of brought that upon myself. Oh, hey, Sephiroth. Gonna eat up that blood gas. Yum, yum. 2 more life lost. Okay, awesome. I cannot get enough creatures into play to get another buff from you. Don't have another land except off this. And I'm gonna do these pre-combat. That's 10, but it's not lethal. Give me life. This is crew 4, right? Yeah. Oh, wait. I forgot. She has enlist. It is lethal. Also getting 15 life. I remembered my commander's abilities. Just in the nick of time. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and I hope you like seeing Effie in action. I was glad I had a couple different games where I was able to do the survivor thing, tapping my things, convoking stuff out, and getting a lot of good value out of this commander. Also, thank you to Mad Mackie for requesting this commander as part of my subathon last month. This is one of the last ones that I have yet to record, so now here it is, out in the world, Selesnya Survivors. I had previously built Rip, Spawn Hunter, and Wily Duke, and I feel this is a good new addition that showcases some of the newer cards, especially the planets. The planet lands are amazing with Effie. It gives you a really good way to tap your creatures, even if it's sorcery speed. It's free, it's on a land, so I like it a lot in this deck. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description. And I will say, this deck has really weird matchmaking. It matches against both random kind of like jank, other off-the-cuff like decks that you were seeing, like that Roalesk deck, or you know, you don't see Jeru and Hazard very often. But I was also running into some of the more common competitive decks, your Ketramoses, your Azusas, your Tifas, your Kefkas. So it was strange to be seeing such a variety of matchmaking. I genuinely don't know what's going on with Brawl matchmaking right now, but at least while recording, I wasn't getting strip mined every match, because that's what happened a bunch when I was testing this deck. Good old Ren and 6. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.